Hello and welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. And well, it's quite breezy here today. It's a little chilly, not as warm as it has been. We've got cloud cover and well, we've got those sorts of clouds that will bring rain later on, which is actually quite good. We could do with a little bit of rain here on the allotment. It's gone a little bit dry at the moment. So well, that's how it goes in its seasons. Whew, what have I been doing this morning? Well, tidying up. I've not been around for a while. Well, not in bulk, you know. I've come down, have a little potter. But it's been nice to spend an hour this morning just, well, trying to tidy the bank here. I've got strawberries on the bank, some leeks here, and well, they were getting covered by that horrible pernicious weed. Well, they look beautiful, them little yellow daisy type flowers. But I'll talk more of that in a moment. So, welcome to Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. And we are in, of course, strawberry picking season, and oh, it's just wonderful to be here, to have the birds singing. As I said, gentle breeze. I've had visitations this morning from robins, from a little chubby blackbird. I wish I could have caught it on camera, and well, you never know, they might pop in to see us throughout the next few moments. I hope you're well. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And to the new subscribers, we always say here in Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures, sit back, relax, put your feet up, have a cuppa. Yes, we love a good cuppa. We drink cups of tea here, but you can have whatever you like. And it's good to have you on board. And thank you once again for your many comments this week. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Welcome to the Sunday show. Well, here we are on the Sunday show. I've been doing many jobs this morning, and one of them, as I say, is been clearing this banking of that the sort of yellow daisy weed, and it is a weed. It's quite prolific. It's almost as bad as bindweed, I have to say. As you know, I don't like bindweed. One of the problems is it looks nice. Of course, it's beautiful. It attracts the pollinators, which is a good thing. However, it has roots, and roots not only in one place. They spread. So under where I'm sitting now is probably a carpet of roots. They go down, and they go down quite deep, and they'll go up and they'll come up somewhere else. So the heart of the problem is getting rid of them. Once you've got them, they're really difficult to get rid of. So again, this banking is quite stony. This is where they used to throw in the old days. They used to bring all their waste from their fires, and they used to throw them onto here. And well, I need to dig through, so I can't do it with a big spade. I have to do it with a small trowel, and we'll go through and try and get as many as the roots up as we can. But that's a winter job, because when the soil is wet, it really does help with getting deep down. So I'll have to go back to maybe doing a metre square, maybe even a foot square. We'll see how it goes, but that's, as I say, later in the year. We will get rid of them from the banking. Worst scenario is that we dig round and put sort of a trench round the outside so the roots can't go anywhere else. We'll cover it over winter, and then we'll have to put more soil on top. So maybe we look at no dig planting next year on this bit, but we'll see how it goes. Because the leeks like it here. I've got gladioli here. I've got some strawberries on here. Speaking of strawberries, they are absolutely delicious. This is one I've just picked. Oh, smells beautiful, fresh. If you've never had homemade strawberries, homegrown strawberries, you should have a go. You'd have to sow them from seed. Most of mine I've got here are all reductions from garden centres over the years. They've been brown and dying in pots. You get them for 50p, maybe 20p. I got a whole tray, I think, well, of 6 or 9, I can't remember now, for like, I don't know, £2. So they were very, very little money. They've established. I have noticed this year there's a lot of greenery, more so than ever, but we are still getting lots of strawberries off. This is only my second, but the taste is unbelievable. All I can say is it tastes like a strawberry. It doesn't taste manufacturers, it doesn't taste soapy, it doesn't taste false or plasticky. It smells delicious. proper, unadulterated, beautiful food. I'll pop that to one side for a moment. That little bit there comes on the compost heap. Now, we are in June, halfway through the year almost. I know I won't say it. We are in the 6 months. Now, don't get despondent. You can still sow. You can still reap rewards later in the year of things. As I always say, balconies, window boxes, buckets, tubs, anything you get your hands on that can hold soil, you can put seeds into and grow. What can you grow at this time of year, or what can you pop in to get later on? Well, believe it or not, I've got some cauliflowers here, and all year round, so they sow from January to October, so you can get some cauliflowers in now. Again, protect them. They need lots of protection, especially when you get your lovely crowns come in the middle of the white. But not in white, you get all sorts of colours: yellow, purple, white, green. Green, I know, amazing, isn't it? Fold the leaves over eventually, and that will protect them from the light, because that's then when they turn a funny colour, not the yellow that you can actually buy, but they just go brown and off. Don't want that. Broccoli you can sow now right up until the end of June. More carrots. These are a heritage variety called Purple Sun, and they're quite long, beautiful carrots. What I love about carrots is there's 350 seeds in this one packet. 350 seeds. I've put some carrots in. I've got some more in the greenhouse. I've got some more little ones coming up, so they can be going out soon when I get some new compost, which will be in the next week. Marvellous. And then right up to July, and then I'll pop that one there because that's one of those. We've got Swedes right up to July. You can get those in. Turnips can go in too. More carrots. And then, of course, a household favourite. You can sow right up until August. Salad leaves, mixed or salad, whichever which way you want to do it. And again, really, really, really brilliant value for money, because you get lots. And this is cut and grow lettuce, so just grow the leaves in a pot and then pick the ones that you want. So, a whole selection of actually fantastic seeds that you can sow at this time of year. Isn't that brilliant? I've also got a box full of other seeds that well organised in bags in order, so you can go through and go, oh, there, January, February, there, March. It's always good. I'll just put them on top for now, and they can go back into the order of things. Now, next to me here, this was a little plant, and it used to be over there when we had the old greenhouse up here. And well, this is lemon balm, and it's been moved here. It smells like lemons, absolutely brilliant. Used in cookery, of course, and I'm just going to take that out because that is bindweed. Oh, now, sorry, got distracted. And Robin's back. Hello, Mr. Robin, or Mrs. Robin, not quite sure which. Beautiful red breast, looking healthy, which is a really good thing. And pop next door, obviously trying to get some food from next door. Right, we'll pop that behind me, out the way. Lemon balm here. I've got a very young lavender plant here, so it smells absolutely delicious. And what I love about plants is a lot of plants, especially ones when you get into herbs, just get rid of that weed, they're tactile, really, really tactile. And it's lovely. Just come and swish your hand across the top of it, and well, the scent is just fantastic sat here. Lavender, lemon balm, brilliant stuff. My big lavender is just, again, loving this mixture of a little bit of rain and a lot of decent days. Actually, I've had quite a few days, and it's really sprouting up. So here is a photograph of my lavender plant. Gorgeous, isn't it? It's very, very old now. It's getting a bit woody around the bottom, but I still love it every year. Can't wait till the purple heads turn up, and that really will then attract the pollinators, the bees. Love it. Let's head back to strawberries for a while, only a little bit, because my strawberries here, I've started to put now straw underneath them to support them from the ground, so that if we do get lots of rain, they'll not get moist too much, and they won't start to rot on the ground. I have a couple of what's called sacrificial strawberries, and they lay further down than the rest of them to attract the pests. I have woodlice over here, and every year they potter along and take a few of my strawberries along. As long as you know, I've just noticed that they've got the end of one of the big ones. I'll have to take that off. But that really does help. I have got, of course, my container with yeast in there to attract the bigger pests away from the strawberries. I've got my, as I said, my straw down there to protect them. Interesting though, back in time, a chap called Joseph Paxton, I've talked about him regularly because he's just an amazing, he's one of the forgotten, I think, heroes of, well, the early Industrial Revolution, 1820, 1821, 23, before, all that sort of era, up until about 1856, I think, something like that. He was the youngest head gardener at Chatsworth House. Now, Chatsworth House is here in the UK, in Derbyshire. It's a private family seat. It belongs to the Duke and Duchess of Devonshire, and it was a sixth Duke of Devonshire that was down in the Royal Horticultural Society's base in London, which just happened to be adjacent to his London premises. It wasn't called the Royal Society then, it was just called the Horticultural Society, hadn't got its royal warrant, and Paxton had blagged his way in as a young boy into the society and was working the gardens. And he happened to come out of the greenhouse, this is one of the stories, and there's an embankment down, and he came through the door and the Duke was coming the other way. They bumped into each other and they rolled down this little embankment and sat there laughing. And they got on really, really well, and Paxton was really excited about the use of light in growing of plants. They had greenhouses then, but the glass, because of how they manufactured glass, it wasn't very big. It was really very small shards of glass. So the greenhouses then were mainly wood and had little bits of light. Anyway, that's beside the point. We'll come back to that later. He got on, he offered him the head gardener at Chatsworth House. And he came from London to Derbyshire, and the Duke paid for him to sit inside of the fastest coach at that time. It was called the Comet. I think it had come up from Brighton, actually. It called the Comet, and it went at, are you ready? 8 miles an hour. And that was too fast for a lot of people. But he sat inside. And, well, he got to Derbyshire. He had to walk to Chatsworth from Chesterfield, which is quite a way. And he climbed over the garden wall into what was then the kitchen gardens for the house. Because, of course, then they were really, really self-sufficient on everything. And the kitchen gardens were slightly away from the house, which is now actually been, I think it's either a car park or it's a campsite for caravans and motorhomes. But he went there, climbed the wall, and then went back to the main house. And as he did so, he got into the kitchen. And there, believe it or not, on the very first day at Chatsworth House, he met his wife, Sarah Paxton, who at times was the powerhouse behind the man. Interesting. Anyway, talking about strawberries in Paxton, because he invented and sold a strawberry crinoline to keep his strawberries off the floor, because he's seen this in his gardens, and he did virtually, all it was well, like the old crinoline dressers. So it was a round net-like configuration, wire configuration that could be bent up, and your strawberries would lay on top of that around your strawberry plant. Brilliant. He sold this, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, that's enough of Joseph Paxton. He's just an absolute genius, entrepreneur. In fact, Charles Dickens once called him the busiest man in England. And he became very good friends with Prince Albert. He designed the Crystal Palace in London for the 1851 exhibition and went on to do many, many things. He brought railways into Derbyshire, and just incredible, absolutely incredible. Anyway, I love the man, brilliant. A forgotten hero in my terms, and not in the gardening world, but in everything else. Brilliant. Started his own newspaper, had books published, painted. Yeah, incredible, isn't it? Went around the world, did the tours that they did in those days, and brought back loads and loads of plants. Oh, brilliant. Now, I've stopped rambling on now. I'm going to go and get some more work done. Once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. But before we go, let's just pop to Canada to see some beautiful flowers. Look at these. These are from Carol in Canada. Hello, Carol. Hope you're well. But Carol said she had to take a picture because the storms are coming. And a little bit like my roses here on the allotment, they're very delicate things. Apparently when the storm comes, the petals will be no more. As I say, once again, thank you very much for watching Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Keep subscribing, keep with us on our family adventure. And don't forget, you can comment and you can send your photographs. So please do. I look forward to seeing them next time here on Jeremy's Yorkshire Allotment Adventures. Ta-ra for now. Oh, is that a spot of rain? I think it is. Ta-ra.